So I'm gonna try and be as unbiased as possible and just take the question for what it is. So first and foremost, I do want to say like she be on her shit. That's them queen vibes. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, hello, welcome. Check out my other videos. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me and my inconsistency. So by the title of this video, like, was becoming an LPN worth it? Okay, in regards to becoming an RN. So I'm gonna try and be as unbiased as possible and just take the question for what it is. So first and foremost, I do want to say like any type of advancement in education in your career is always a great thing, and if you're able to advance in career or education, I say go for it always. So whether you came from being a CNA to like a medical assistant, I really don't know if they're the same thing or not, but I do know it's two separate programs, so they're going to be different for this video. If you came from being a medical assistant to a med tech, or if you came from a CNA to LPN, that's what I did, or even LPN to RN. So my logic for applying to the LPN program as opposed to the RN program was, okay, the LPN program is like a year long if you have all your prerequisites, and then for the RN program is 2 years. It's an associate degree, and that would be like 2 years of the actual RN program. So my thinking was like, okay, let me go ahead and bust this year down for the LPN program, work as an LPN from 6 months to a year. All right, boom. Apply to the RN program, bust out another year to a year and a half, depending on whatever college you choose to bridge over. Not all colleges offer the LPN to RN bridge program, and they usually last about, the ones that I've seen, I'll link them down below, can last from a year to a year and a half, depending. Also, in terms of finances, like if you were to go from a CNA to an LPN, again, like I did, my finances jumped a lot. Okay, they increased heavily. So again, any advancement is a great advancement, and I'm like, okay, CNA did that, LPN doing that, and my finances are better than they were when I was a CNA. So now I have an increase in pay. With this increase in pay, now I can go ahead and increase my education, if that makes sense. That is the route that I'm going. And plus, who is about to sit? I'm not not knocking anybody who did, but again, this is my logic. Like, I'm like, okay, a year as opposed to 2 years, and I'm trying to further my education. Let me just go ahead and get a little bit of experience as being a nurse in general. Then by the time I'm ready to apply for the RN program, like, okay, I got a little bit of experience under my belt as being a nurse, instead of just jumping right into an RN program. Now, in my experience and like from my friends who have been in RN school, becoming an RN is a lot vigorous than it is to become an LPN. And I don't mean that in terms of RNs are better or anything like that, but RNs are more educated. Like, I feel like that should be a given. You know, it's a 2-year program as opposed to a 1 year. And I feel like LPNs, just the schooling of it, is like maybe surface level of nursing, if you will, not trying to disrespect the profession at all. But when you become an RN, that's like when you need to know the nitty gritty, critical lab values and all this type of stuff on a different level than an LPN would, which is why RNs have a broader scope of practice and are able to work wherever, essentially. An RN can always be an LPN, but an LPN cannot be an RN. So it was always my goal to be an LPN in the beginning, and I am going to go back to school to get my RN degree. Hopefully we have some good news to report on this channel within the next couple of months. Like, y'all not understand, LPN is great, money is good, but I really want to go further my education and work in somebody's hospital with the babies, the NICU, or something like that. I haven't really decided yet, but that's like long-term goal. We're just gonna focus on applying and getting accepted and those type of things for right now. But yes, it was most definitely worth it being an LPN, just because education and career advancement is always like, why not go back to school? But hopefully I answered you guys' question. This was just like a quick little video to update you guys. I'll be putting out more content here shortly, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in my next one.